I didn't think of doing an intro like with my name, so.
So what's your name?
My name's Alex. Alright, so I would have never imagined in my life attending a school like High Tech High International. Throughout my elementary and middle school years, I attended public schools. I always heard about charter and private schools and how their curriculum is more challenging than public schools, and thought these schools are not meant for me. I remember when I came to Shadow on my freshman year, and I was standing outside in front of High Tech High International. I looked at the building, and it was nothing like traditional schools I attended. As I walked inside, the first thing that I noticed were all the flags, paintings, and the stairway. The school smelled just like an office. After having the opportunity to be involved at this school, I decided to enroll. It was difficult for me in the beginning to adjust to the school's curriculum. Coming from a traditional school setting where rules were strictly enforced to having teachers that looked so young and calling them by their first names was very different and seemed really cool to me. Just by being in a smaller class and everything looking more modern and new was fascinating. I remember my first class was with Jill and noticed how she was so full of energy. And as I was getting comfortable in my seat, she asked the class a question and selected me to answer. From that point forward, I began to understand that High Tech High International is about us students and inputting our thoughts into class and more than anything our projects. I recall visitors coming to our school and hearing how intrigued they were about the education we were receiving and taking photos of our school. I always thought to myself why people were so interested in our school, and throughout the years that I have attended this school, I now know why. I will never forget the meaningful conversations that Melissa and I had in our office. Melissa, I will never forget when you told me the 3 hardest steps in life you once told me about, which were becoming an adult, realization of death, and being a parent. This was powerful to me because I am now entering the adulthood and the next 2 steps I will face in the future. Thank you for everything. I have been through several challenges in my life, and this year I felt that it was going to be the hardest to overcome. However, I feel that I have come a long way to where I'm at today. From a little 11-year-old kid who was arrested and didn't really care much about school and life, to graduating from one of the best high schools in San Diego and leaving with high hopes of me one day becoming a psychologist. However, with the support of my parents and the amazing school staff, I was able to achieve my goals, which I was challenged to learn the capabilities that I have to offer both personally and as a student. Going to this school these past 4 years have been nothing but life-remembering memories, no matter if they're good, bad, funny, or embarrassing. Like the time I almost got expelled for throwing cake in front of Cold Stone. I remember Brian Delgado telling me, "You will no longer have permission to be 100 feet around cake." It was the weirdest agreement of my life. Or like when the time I was trying to learn how to jerk in Dr. John's class and zip, all of a sudden my pants ripped in half. I definitely know that Melissa's going to miss me. Yeah, especially when I would fish in front of her. I will miss all of the teachers and staff here a lot. At least to me, later on when I look back in time, they will not just be my teachers, but my friends. And lastly, my advisors Stephanie Lytle and Dean Melissa Agadello. They have been nothing but inspiration to do well and keep going. Quote unquote, my Energizer bunnies. They have both believed in me greatly and have always told me that I can do it and that I will do it. And to them, I thank God because He sent them to me and helped me get to where I have gotten today. I remember early in this year I was signing a contract and had a meeting with all my teachers and Melissa and Tanisha and even my mom. I remember how depressed I felt in the beginning of the meeting and how towards the end of the meeting I felt like I was back on my feet and felt stronger than ever. That feeling of help and guidance is what led me to graduate and keep going in my studies and not wanting to give up. Overall, years from today, when I look back in time, I will remember this school for everything that it had to offer. I couldn't ask for a better place to have the opportunity to receive an education at High Tech High International. Things happen for a reason, and since the first day I stepped foot into International till this very day, I am and always will be a High Tech High International student.